AITA for ruining my family because I refused to stop sleeping with my husband? I, 43F, live with my husband, 45M, in a joint family setup. We live with our kids A, 16, and N, 10. We also live with my BIL and his son, 10, and my MIL. BIL's wife passed away during childbirth. Last week my MIL came up to me one morning and told me that she had woken up to get water when she walked by my bedroom and said she heard my husband and I having sex. She said that it was inappropriate for me to be engaging in these kind of things as a woman of my age and that I should focus on being a mother. I was mortified, so I quickly agreed to not have sex. 2 days later she came back to me and said that she heard us again, so now she wants me to sleep in her room. She says that it is how it should be, as she and my FIL also slept in separate rooms until his passing. I thought she was joking, but she came back at night and asked me to come to her room. It was 1 a.m. and she was starting to yell, so I agreed to go despite my husband protesting. The next morning I was in the kitchen when my husband came in. We were both annoyed when my BIL walked in. He asked why I was sleeping in his mother's room, as BIL had walked in that morning when he came to give her meds. I was a little hesitant, but my husband told him we were engaging in marital relations, but tried telling it to him through subtle hints. My BIL was a bit confused and wanted clarification when my MIL walked in. My BIL asked her and she said that it was because we were being dirty. I was angry and told her it was normal when she started going off about how we were immature, and she ended up calling me a huar in our language. I was furious, and before I could say anything my husband stepped in and started telling his mother to calm down. But this is when his brother stepped in and he agreed that a woman like me who is a mother should not be lusting over a husband, lost it and went off and told him that he was just being crazy. BIL tried saying that his wife and him never did things like this and the only reason they ever did it was to have a child. He said that if she were alive they would also keep their distance. This is when my husband snapped and told him that he was the reason his wife died. Now a little context is that my BIL's wife was pregnant 4 times before having their son, but at all those times BIL made her abort until she had the son. But due to this she was too weak and passed away. BIL was extremely hurt and left the room. My MIL said that it was all my fault and she told my husband that he was a shameless man and a bad father. My husband and I are thinking of moving out. We aren't sure how to tell our kids this. My BIL's wife's parents called us as BIL moved there and they're saying we are the AHs for being vulgar and it was not okay for us to be doing this. They think that we are the AHs for snapping at my BIL and accusing him of those things. They also say we're the AHs for not listening to MIL. My parents and brother think that it is healthy for us and they are saying that MIL and BIL are the AHs for interfering in our marriage. So AITA? Edit. I am from India, so it is very normal for us to live in joint families. My husband and I did think of moving out when my daughter was born, but after my BIL's wife passed my MIL wanted help with my nephew. I love him as my son, so I was fine with living there. He gets along great with our kids as well. Edit 2. I understand that it might be hard for people who are not understand and believe it, but my fellow Indians will understand. For those of you saying we should suggest trying for a baby, that would not work as my MIL knows I hit menopause early, so I can't get pregnant anymore. My husband and I are moving out this weekend to a friend's empty house. My MIL is pissed because BIL went to be with his in-laws who are still talking to him for the sake of my nephew. I had an honest conversation with my daughter and she agrees that we did nothing wrong. As for my husband, he has been nothing but supportive. My husband shouted at MIL when she came back and accused me of ruining the family. She tried to tell our son that we were the reason the family broke up, but my angel daughter was able to calm him down and now we are all moving to the other side of town. This is temporary. My husband is trying to get a transfer so that we can move. As for money, I am thinking of going back to work so we can get some extra income. Thank you for all your comments. Additional info through comments. I'm fluent in English because I am a trained doctor and we speak English in India. I don't know why everyone here thinks India is automatically poor and everyone is uneducated. My husband and I are quite well off because he works as a surgeon. I am also a trained doctor just like my BIL. Only SIL was not a doctor. I must also mention that my husband and I had a love marriage as we met in medical school, but my BIL had an arranged marriage.